welcome to the United Insurance Professionals podcast. This is version 1 with my boy Jay Lou over here. I'm really excited to have you on, man.
What's up, man?
Grateful to have you as the first person to be on. Excited to keep doing these and excited to tell the people about, your experience in the insurance industry, what we do here. Before we get into my man over here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment a couple hundred times, interact with us a little bit. We're just trying to impart any knowledge that we can and pass along our experience in the insurance industry and hopefully, help impact and affect positively people in the industry. So thank you guys for being a part of it. So without much further ado, again, as I mentioned, I got my boy Jalon Lewis over here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and kind of tell you, his background, where he's from, what he's got going on, and we'll hit him with a couple questions about the insurance industry.
Well, first and foremost, appreciate you having me on, man. It's an honor to be the first guest, man.
Absolutely.
First guest, bro. Appreciate that. Well, yeah, my name is Jalon Lewis. Owner and founder of New World Financial Group, partnered with United Insurance Professionals with Waylon our trip. Based out of Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm originally from. That's where he's originally from. So, and the crazy thing is, we didn't know each other until about 2-3 years ago. We're from the same city.
Yep, exactly. We actually met in person in Charlotte.
Yeah,
which is even crazier.
Crazier.
So, yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, originally from Columbus, Ohio. Went to college, played basketball in college out in Utah, and then transferred to Livingstone College in Charlotte, North Carolina. Graduated, stopped playing basketball, and then got into the insurance space, man. Met a few guys that I knew that were, around my age doing their thing. And it just made sense, man. It just made sense to me. So we are 3 years later. Now we live in Dallas, Texas, man, and growing this thing out.
I love it, man. I love it. So, the way you got started, I would say, is probably very similar to the way a lot of people get started. It's like you hear from a friend or a friend of a friend or somebody in the family, or like, what are you doing? You hear a cookout or something, and they're talking about, I sell this or I sell that. Like, what do you do? So you mentioned a little bit, you got into it from a friend. Like, what was that conversation like that got you initially into the industry?
Yeah, man. So I just knew from the jump, once I graduated from college, that I just wanted to build something that was mine. You get what I'm saying? And I had control over my fate and my destiny. I didn't have anybody, over top of me controlling what I can do. Right. So initially I started out learning, I'm good with numbers and math. So I started trading by myself, stock options, indexes and stuff like that. But I realized you got to have capital to do that stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm scrounging around $500 and then losing it. I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, well, I need to find some capital and figure out a way how I can make, a lot of earned income so then I can invest properly, right? So found out from a friend, one of my OGs, man, Tyhan Johnson. He connected me with another guy. We were all trading together, and he told me, the other guy, I don't want to mention his name on here, but he told me, there's a couple guys that's like 21, 22, bro, making $20,000 a month selling insurance. Where do I start?
Absolutely.
I don't care what I got to do. What 20,000? I'm not even thinking about. I know I can do that. I'm thinking about what I can do with that type of capital to trade and so on and so forth. So I'm like, well, whatever I do, wherever I need to start at, please send me in that direction. So ended up connecting with one of my great friends, Mike Benoit. Shout out to him.
Mike.
And shout out to Damon Dillard as well. Got connected with them in Columbus. Pretty good friends with them to this day.
That's my guys.
And got started, took the course, finished that thing in like 2 days. I tell you not.
I believe it.
I was like, you got to get, you got to take the course, you got to get licensed, and you got to get I said, that sounds like a long process. Let's go ahead and get this course knocked out. Right? So finished that in 2 days, failed the test the first time by 2 questions. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I really got to just sit down and like lock in for a second. So locked in for a full week and passed the test the second time. Got my life license, and it's been up since then. Man.
I love it. Because for the people that don't know, your trajectory has been pretty like steadily improved from the day you started in the industry. Because for the people that don't know, you started as a broker, right? You weren't captive or anything. You came.
No, I didn't even know what captive was back then. I mean, I knew that there was like nationwide. I didn't know shit about insurance. Let's just be honest. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't even know how health insurance worked. I just knew my parents sent me a picture of the card and I just gave it to the doctor. That was about it. So I didn't know even how it worked. Premiums, I didn't know what that was. So I mean, they don't teach that in college, right? So yeah, took the test, immediately got into the field with Mike Benoit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
back then, this is FE. This
Oh
is
yeah.
strictly FE.
Yep.
This isn't mortgage
Final
protection.
expense, baby.
Final
OG.
expense, door knocking, no appointments set, no
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
Right. So we went out there for a week, and let me tell you this right now. Mike is a great salesman. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dog, but I think he only closed 2 deals that week.
Yep.
And I'm like, and we knocked on at least maybe 50 doors that
Oh,
whole
yeah.
week. And I'm like,
Yep.
you know what? If this is what it takes to make that amount, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. So he took me on the field. I think it was from like 9 a.m. to like 7 p.m. every day. And mind you, I'm coming from a basketball background, so I'm used to working out around that time. I'm not used to working a job
Yep. Yep.
around that time. So it's kind of like it's a mental thing at this point, not physical. So it took me on the field, learned the aspects of sales and so on and so forth. And then after that, it was murder she wrote after that.
Yep.
Murder she wrote after
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. So final expense, and then as you kind of matured through the industry, you went
Mhm.
from the life side to adding more health stuff,
Mhm.
Medicare. That's kind of what with your entity now, your company that you're
Mhm.
starting and
Mhm.
kicking off with your team that you've already got.
Mhm.
Really, what made that happen was the health side, right? I mean, it was like,
Mhm.
man, this health stuff it's a little different.
Man, health saved my business.
Yeah.
It saved it. I mean, as we all know, we're going to be transparent on here. I mean, as we
Mhm.
all know, final expense and even life insurance, selling that is a risk.
Absolutely.
It's a major risk. I mean, if these people aren't paying their policies, you're in debt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I was, around that time after he trained me and everything like that, I mean, I was averaging 15,000, 18,000 AP per month
Yep.
off of door knocking.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
not even appointments or nothing like
Yep.
that, right? Referrals, so on and so forth. So most of my book was sticking. But then it got to the point where, you're running into people that really just genuinely can't afford it. But I'm such a good,
Yeah, you
salesman. I
persuade
can
these people
I
to
can
do whatever.
persuade anybody to do anything.
Absolutely.
If I go in a house, I'm coming out with a deal.
With something.
Something.
Absolutely. Yep.
But you don't realize when you're desperate like that, it's a risk on the FE side. So
Absolutely.
you got to be careful. I'm not saying FE is great, but I'm not
Absolutely.
saying you just got to be careful, right?
100%.
So was doing good with the FE, but realized that hey, a couple of these chargebacks kept getting, how we gonna take care of this? And then I finally met you, right? And I think it was on a I've already heard your name multiple times, but I think it was on a call. I forget what aspect it was. I think it was ACA aspect or something like that. And I mean, we got connected. We had phone conversations, and then I think you hit me up. You was like, "Hey, I'm coming out to Charlotte, man. Let's hang out." I'm like, "Let's do it." So came to Charlotte. When we went to Ink and Ivy, uptown Charlotte.
Hey, if you're the girl that worked at Ink and Ivy, hit your boy up, hit me up, something. Kentucky,
Yes.
you play soccer
At Kentucky.
That's all
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
That's all I know.
Yep. So went to Ink and Ivy. Had a good conversation. You were just telling me, hey man, this Medicare side, you might want to take a look at this, bro. It's a lot of good service that you can provide that you already know, and you're already a hard worker, and then you can be compensated properly, right? So I'm like, okay, well, tell me more. So you told me more, so on and so forth, and went to go ahead and get that health license, got contracted, and I think I flew to Dallas.
Yep.
I flew to Dallas like for the real training. Like me and you just sat down for like maybe a couple of days, and after that, bro, oh my gosh, so much easier than FE.
Yeah.
So much easier than FE, and then way less risk.
Yeah. Yep.
Because those policies stick.
100%.
You get what I mean?
100%.
So, and now I'm able to go ahead and clear up that situation with the life, and still be in the green, still be profitable moving forward. You know what I mean? So health definitely saved my business for sure.
I love it. And I mean, I think we're seeing that a lot right now with people. It's either they find other avenues or they just kind of die, like fold up. Like you don't really see a lot of like FE only or like mortgage protection only agents anymore. Agencies, they still exist, but it's few and far between just because the margins are so slim.
Exactly.
And like you said, the risk, like you get hit with 5,000, 10,000, 30,000 a roll up. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's like, damn, man. Like,
and nobody on the internet talks about that.
No.
They don't want to talk about the chargebacks.
No, of course not. Like, what's a way to not recruit somebody? Hey, you can make $100,000, but you also could have to pay all of it back.
Right.
It's like,
exactly.
What? Yeah, no, that's a fact. It's a fact. You don't own it for at least 9 months if you're getting advances. And people don't tell you that. We're not rap artists or anything, but they get advances too.
Right.
Same thing.
You got to recoup.
If they blow it and their album doesn't perform, they got to pay it back. That's how it goes.
Exactly.
So same thing with us. We're just not entertainers. We don't get paid that kind of money for a deal, but it's the same premise.
Mhm.
But so tell me, obviously with your new entity and everything, what is
Mhm.
your vision with that? I mean, as far as, you're bringing people in, you've got several, high quality individuals, Marcus, Boris, Brittany, like you got
Mhm.
some, killers that are great people.
Mhm.
And I think the biggest thing from my perspective, getting a chance to be a small part of it, is seeing the culture that's
Mhm.
being built of quality people that, that want everybody in the group to win. So
Definitely.
what's kind of your vision with the new company?
Definitely. Well, yeah, with New World Financial Group, what we're really trying to do is just, have impact that drives income, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that Mike Benoit taught me, and mind you, I didn't have any sales experience at all. But one of the first things he told me was, as long as you're taking care of that client
Hmm.
and really truly trying to put them in the best position possible, the money will come.
Absolutely.
So we're going off of the model. That's one of our biggest models right now in this first quarter is impact over income, and impact drives income,
Yep.
right?
I love it.
And that's the vision that we see right now. Just making sure everybody has a solidified book of business, understanding every aspect of what we're providing, not just understanding the foundation, but the little intricate parts,
Yeah.
right? But for the future, what we're really trying to do is grow a brokerage of over 1,000 solid brokers.
I love
That's
it.
our goal. I believe that'll be a multi-million dollar company right there.
Absolutely.
And eventually, later on down the line, we've had this conversation if
Yep.
I want to sell or if I want
Yeah.
to keep it going. I don't know yet. It's kind of tough because I do want to leave a legacy for my children's and my children's children, so on
Yep.
and so forth. So that's really our force. And then it's not just about me either.
Yeah.
About those people you just named,
Yep.
being able to put them in the same position, being able to
Absolutely.
sell or being able to, pass it down to their kids.
Hmm.
That's what our real driving force is, because this isn't going anywhere. I mean, it's so many people. I'm realizing now, I mean, even what we saw this past week, 30,000, 40,000 people need help.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
crazy.
And that's
The
just
numbers
people
are
that,
crazy.
right. That's people that didn't even fill it out. Like
Yep.
there's still people that's missing. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what we're really going for. We're really going for just, putting everybody in this, being able to be in the same position to either sell or just continue the company.
And see, that's the crazy thing that a lot of people don't get access to, or I think you say it pretty often about how knowledge is power. And
Hmm.
I mean, it is. You say it
Hmm.
all the time to people on calls, and I'm hearing your calls. And I think a lot of people, whether they're brokers or captive, they don't know how
Hmm.
many options you really have when you
True.
start to actually make money and you
Hmm.
get profitable and you own a successful company in the insurance space. Like you can, like you said, you can sell it. You can make it a legacy. You can do a million different things. You can get
Hmm.
investors involved and grow it. You
Right.
can get there's so many opportunities once you've proven the concept of what you can do, that there's very few industries that you can
Hmm.
do it that quickly too. You said what, 3 years in, and
3 years.
you know, I mean,
Three.
I'm sure 36 months ago you would have never imagined.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's 36 months ago. Matter of fact, you know what? I did know. I did know. I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's just you never know the road to
until you
the
get
the
there. Yep.
destination. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I knew it was gonna happen because I remember I used to, after I would get out the field, I'd be dead tired too. I mean, we was door knocking all day, all night. But I would take walks and I would just keep saying in my head, like, it's gonna happen, it has to happen, it will happen. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So just kept speaking it into existence. And I didn't know who was gonna be there with me. I didn't know how I was gonna get there. But I am thankful to the Most High that, he put you in my life.
Yep.
He put other people in my life that definitely helped me get to the level that I'm at now.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%. That's the like I said, the beauty of this is there's
Mhm.
levels to it,
Mhm.
and you can like look back on like everything that's happened to get to the next level in this industry. At least it's like, oh man, this happened and it almost directly impacted me to do this.
Mhm.
Then this happened and it made me do this, which in result made put me at this next level.
Right.
So it's crazy to look back and realize the things that have happened and
Man.
like take it all into account. It's like, man, like, I mean, because like I've been to the point of just quitting completely before, and it's like,
Definitely.
man, like there's no way. It's crazy that now you couldn't get me to quit.
Right.
Like you would have to bankrupt me 12 times. Like I'll just keep coming back. I'm like a roach, bro. I'm like, you ain't gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the point where I was done. I was like, this shit,
Yeah.
there ain't no way. I was a 30% contract door knocking people. I'm like, bro, they
30% is
ain't no way
crazy.
nobody makes money doing this shit. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
But then you learn, like you said,
Mhm.
knowledge is
Yeah.
power.
The most valuable commodity out here is information. Shout out to
Yep.
Gordon Gecko.
Yep.
Shout
Yep.
out to
Yeah.
Gordon Gecko.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what you say all the time. So I'm misquoting you right beside you.
Nah, you good, good.
But yeah, bro. I mean, it's wild what you can truly continue to build. And then
Mhm,
there's even levels over and above what any of us here have seen. Like
mhm,
there's
mhm,
I got tomorrow or Sunday going to the game with somebody that sold their company for hundreds of millions and then
mhm,
flying private to go to the game on Monday just
mhm,
cause.
mhm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Going to bowl games, going to Ohio State bowl games on the
Yep.
50-yard line,
Yep.
baseline on the Dallas Mavericks, bro. I mean, it's we in some part of our head we knew it was going to happen, but like I said, we just didn't know how we was going to get there, and it happened. We're
Absolutely.
here, we're here,
Absolutely. We're
yeah,
here.
man. So, but yeah, definitely appreciative of that health side. Uh, Very excited of where it's going to go. I mean, a lot of people don't know about this, and it's
No, for sure.
crazy.
For
They
sure.
and they're scared of it too.
Yep.
They're scared of it too, and I think it's just because they're scared of the unknown.
Yep.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
And I was the same way. I
Yeah.
was the same. I was scared.
100%.
I was scared of the unknown. But listen, if you tell me the numbers and it makes sense, it makes sense. I'm gonna. Why not try?
Yeah.
It's already in
Absolutely.
my space.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
So,
it's just adding in the same
hmm
segment. You're not adding a whole other business. It's not like
hmm
you're going from crypto to insurance. It's still insurance. If
right.
you do insurance, it's insurance.
It's insurance. You know?
So would you say that, with your vision moving forward, it's focused primarily growth wise on the health side, on Medicare, on ACA?
Yes, definitely on the health side. I mean, those policies they just stick. Uh, and we're starting to build relationships with the carriers and so on and so forth. Not like the life side. The life side, yeah, you have relations. You can call a rep, but it's
Mhm.
not like these carriers are taking you out to dinner. I
Yeah.
mean, they're having genuine phone conversations with you, so on and so forth. And then in reality, everybody needs health insurance, right? I say everybody needs life insurance
Yeah.
too, but everybody is a stickler on their health insurance.
Absolutely.
They are not playing about that,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, why not be able to take over, that industry if just by maybe just owning 1%
Yeah. It's all
of the whole
the whole
country?
thing. Yep.
We're talking about that's the whole pie
Yeah.
right there. That's not the crumbs.
Yep. Yep.
That's the pie.
Yep.
So I don't see why not. Health insurance isn't going anywhere. People's health are declining each and every day. They need the coverage. I don't see why I'm not stopping this. And we're going full throttle.
I love it. No doubt. No doubt. And guys, if you're anywhere, the cool thing about what we do is we can help you if you're a face-to-face broker or agent. We can help you if you're a phone sales broker or agent. We've got resources for both. Jalon here has done both. So everybody from the top down at the company has done both of these things that we would be showing you and teaching you and providing resources for you to do. So obviously reach out to Jalon to get more information on that. Now, question for you that's a little more, we'll scale it back from the agency side. That's
Mhm.
obviously new stuff. But if someone came to you and was interested in getting their license, what's the maybe one or two pieces of advice you would give them personally?
If they were looking to get their license,
Yep.
first and foremost, find the right support.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing because you're talking about a commitment, not just to yourself, not just to your license, but to that person that's supporting you as well. And if they're not supporting you properly, you can go down a long rabbit hole that is not an easy path.
Mhm.
Somebody that's genuinely there. I'm talking like, let's say this agent that's trying to get licensed is in, South Carolina or North Carolina, and the support that they're getting is from Iowa or
Mhm.
something. You should expect them to either fly out to you or they fly you to them.
Mhm.
And I'm being out, if you're 100% serious about, taking this career in this industry full throttle, your support system should be able to see you face to face.
Mhm.
If not, they're not taking you serious. You're just another number. And I mean, you don't want to go with those people. This is one of the first, that's what he did for me. He didn't have to come out to Charlotte, but he saw the value that I added and I saw the value and I made it happen and he made it happen. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that your support system is willing enough to show their face to you in person. That's the biggest thing I would
Yeah,
say.
I mean, you can get a lot of vibes from people.
Mhm.
It's easy to tell if you're going to vibe with somebody when you meet them.
Right.
Way easier than a phone call. Anybody could be
Hmm.
anybody on the phone.
Right.
But
Right.
like
I need
this,
to see your eyes.
it's
Yeah.
different. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think I rock with that dude. I don't
Right.
really like that girl, whatever.
Exactly.
It's way easier to get vibes from people like
Hmm.
this. Way
Hmm.
easier. So I definitely agree with that. So that's if someone's getting their license now. Someone that has their license and is like, now what? Like, what do I
Hmm.
do now? Because that happens. That happens more and more regularly now. People get their license because of these videos like this we're making,
Right.
or a reel they seen that I'm gonna make
Hmm.
30 grand this month, crazy stuff,
Right.
and they get their license, but then they're like, now what? Well,
Right.
you know,
They don't. I would say they would need to do a full evaluation of research of the industry and the
mhm,
people that who are at the top of the industry.
mhm,
YouTube is a great resource. Yes, it is. Uh, at the same time, though, like I said, you got to have an intricate conversation with those people. Make sure it's a good fit for you. Um, I would definitely reach out to people that are already in the industry that are somewhat maybe not at your level, but a little higher. They've already sold business and stuff
mhm,
like that, and just see if their system works with whoever they're supporting them. You get what I'm saying?
yep,
I think that'll be the biggest thing. Fully evaluate. If you're going to evaluate your girlfriend or your boyfriend, you need to evaluate your career. I mean, let's just be real on who you're working with. That's
no,
vital.
it's a fact.
That's
It's a
vital.
fact though,
Yeah.
because there are, to your point, there are thousands of
Hmm.
IMOs out there. Everybody claims I'm an IMO.
Hmm. That's not the
I'm an
case.
agency. I'm an FMO, whatever.
Right.
And look, don't get me wrong. There are really good groups out there. It
Hmm.
isn't like being good at what we do isn't exclusive to us by any means.
Hmm.
There's a lot of great groups that do this business the right way.
Hmm.
They support the right way. They train the right way. They have great leads. All of
Hmm.
it. But to your point, you need to vet people out because
Definitely.
at the end of the day, the most important factor is like the number one determinator of your success obviously is your just your work ethic.
Work ethic.
But the
Yeah.
second is your direct upline.
Right.
Not your agency, not your IMO, it's your
Mhm.
direct upline.
Who was working
Like you
directly with
mentioned
you?
Mike Benoit.
Mhm.
I mean, you probably wouldn't have made it as long as you did if you didn't have him to
Mm-mm.
sit there and
Nope.
answer the phone and train you and take you in the field and do those things.
Mhm.
Your direct upline is the most important thing that you're investing in because
Right.
you're not giving them money per se,
Right.
but you're giving them your time, your effort, your energy, and all of
Mhm.
this, and they got to be a voice on the other end of the phone. They got to be
Exactly.
there to train you. They got to be there to take care of you. So definitely vet people out. Vet them
Mhm.
out. Don't just join the first one that you talk to
Absolutely
from a
not.
phone call, and it's like because anybody will recruit you in this
Right.
industry.
Right.
Anybody
For
will.
sure. For sure. Because they know they're gonna make some money off of you. But in reality, like I said, it's not about the money. The money's gonna come.
Mhm.
Impact drives income. If you're impacting properly, not just your clients, but your brokers, your agents, your call centers, whatever, that's going to drive your income. So, I mean, agency owners and everybody out there, you guys need to make sure you're taking care of your people at the
Yep.
same time too.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yep.
That's huge.
And there's no like restriction on where you're looking to grow, right? You're looking to get agents pretty much nationwide.
Nationwide. If there was insurance all over the globe and we could all work together, it would be that way too. If
I
we
love it.
could do
I
that,
love
but
it.
definitely nationwide, we're looking for people that are seriously committed, 100% committed, not part time. We're talking full time. We're talking we want to take this thing to the top, and make it a full career for people. I mean, I don't think that people understand how much you can really
Yep.
make in this industry if you
Yep.
take it seriously and
100%.
really go 100% with it. I've seen it before my eyes with myself. I've seen it before with the duplication that I've done with my brokers, so on and
Mhm.
so forth. So that's who we're really looking for. People that's just looking to take their life to another level. That's what we're
Absolutely.
looking for.
I mean, not to just the soft flex for his company. So what I focus on at UIP is not recruiting everybody or all this and that. It's really about making my agencies like Jalon as profitable as quickly as possible. So there's other brokerages out there that can say, oh, they made X, they made XYZ, they made $1 million this month, whatever. They don't ever tell you what they spend.
Mhm.
With us, what we try to do and what we do a pretty good job of is we take care of all the marketing, meaning we cover the cost of it for not only him but all of his brokers. So the money they make is net money.
Net.
It's not gross. It's not a social media post trying to get you to come in. Our vision isn't to be like the rest of the industry where you see somebody like, oh, I made 100 grand this month, and then 12 months later they're not even anywhere to be found.
Right.
They're not even in the industry anymore, and that's hard to believe. It's like, oh, this guy made 100 grand in 30 days and he's done. It's
Mhm.
like, what happened?
Mhm.
It's like, because they're talking about gross money.
Gross. Yep.
With this, we're making this duplicatable, basically a business in a box where you own it.
Mhm.
Like that's our vision here is to kind of the Peter Pan model. Like, look, we're gonna give it all to you. Like, we're gonna,
Right.
Robin Hood, we're gonna steal it and give it to you,
Right.
and just run the play basically. And you've done better than just about anybody at doing that. And you're gonna have I mean, minimum 5 to 10 six-figure earners their first 12 to 18 months in the
Right.
business. And that's
Huge.
not just uncommon, that's like unheard of. Like
Mhm.
having legit six plus figure earners, multiple six-figure earners
Mhm.
their first 12 months. I mean, BG,
Killer.
everybody, they're all going to be
Mhm.
over 12 or six figures in
Mhm.
their first 12 months in their career,
Right.
not like 12 months with us,
Right.
just starting in insurance. So,
Mhm.
with that in mind, that just opens up so many options for people to
Right.
work with you and to work with the agency and to have the ability to make money,
Mhm.
not just deposit it and have to spend it
Mhm.
like a lot of the systems are. It's like,
I think that's what kind of got me too in the Medicare. I think you told me when we was at lunch at Ink and Ivy in Charlotte. He was like, "Yeah, we take care of your leads." I'm like, "Huh?"
yeah,
Because I'm used to spending 500 to 700 a
yeah,
week. I
absolutely,
have to close 2 deals, or I don't even make any
a
money.
hundred percent,
You know what I
a
mean?
hundred
And when you
percent.
said that, I said, "How much the commission?" He was like, "Yeah, it's this." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Why would I not do this? It's
yeah.
net profit. It's pure
Yep.
profit."
Yep. And
You know what I mean?
that's the thing. Like, and just the disclosure, we take care of the leads to a certain override level. Like,
Correct.
I don't
Correct.
want my agencies that work with me being like, "Yo, man, you talking about taking care of leads?" Yeah, we still do leads for you, but it depends on the override level that you're
Right.
at.
Yeah. If
All
you at that
levels.
big boy level,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
got to chip
you can
in,
start
man.
taking care of it a little bit. Like,
Right.
look,
Right.
we got to
Right.
make something here.
Right. Right.
So, but
Definitely.
yeah, that's for us, it's all about people actually making money. Like
Mhm.
we want you to come out and be like, yeah, I made this much this year. Not
Mhm.
like I deposited this much, but man, I don't know what I made.
Right.
Because you hear that so much from people that do life.
Hmm.
They don't know what their chargebacks are. They don't know how
You
much they
talking
made.
chargebacks, cost of leads, gas,
Yep.
food on the road. I mean,
Yep.
you talking all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of expenses right there.
Yep.
You made 120 grand, but you spent 70.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly. And
saying?
then you don't even really know if you made the 120 because the chargebacks
Right.
that could happen down the road. So
Right.
and look, that's not to hate on life. We still do life as well,
Yep.
but it's in addition to,
Yeah.
it's we start with the Medicare, the product that people need, want, have to have,
Right.
and then transition
And
to
I
the life
think
side.
I actually what I've learned from the life side, I mean, we already knew about financial inventory and making sure that we, subtract what they're bringing in the expenses. But now being able to see that health side and see
Mhm.
what type of true bracket, because they can tell you anything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they're, sometimes, they don't want to tell you their income and they're
sure.
going to
We're talking
raise
about
that
life
number up.
insurance, absolutely.
Yeah, because they're embarrassed, right? So, but now knowing, oh, you're on Medicaid and Medicare, I
Yep,
know what type of bracket you're in,
yep,
that which means you cannot afford a life insurance policy, which means that's not a risk for me. So I'm not going to put that policy into
yep,
effect until you change something with your finances.
exactly.
So that kind of made me realize, okay, now I can truly vet out who I want to sell a life insurance policy to and
Yep,
who I don't want to sell a
yep,
life insurance
yep,
policy to. And
yep.
it's sad. I want everybody to have life insurance,
No,
but hey,
absolutely.
we're running a business here.
Absolutely.
So,
You got to protect yourself at
yep.
all times. I
Hmm.
mean, and it's, you get that sales breath and start selling everybody everything. It's not always the
Hmm.
best way to go.
Hmm.
So, obviously, you want to grow, you want to build. Tell the people how they can get a hold of you, reach out to you, tell them, shameless plug here.
Definitely, definitely. So you guys can definitely reach out to me on Instagram at New World Financial Group. That is our Instagram page. Also, you can email me at Jalon Lewis, JALONLEWIS at N as in neighbor, W as in financial. I'm sorry, as world financial.org. Jalon Lewis at nwfinancial.org. Or you can text or call me directly at 614-440-6985.
Perfect. Perfect, bro. Well, man, again, I appreciate you being on.
Definitely.
Dope to knock out the very first one. I'm sure we'll have you back on anyways
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
panel or something. But
yeah.
yeah, man, we got to take this thing to the top for sure.
Nah, definitely appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you for all the support and help that you've given me.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Love.
Yep.
Sir.